Welcome back, everyone. This is Kevin for Team PhotoVit. Today I want to discuss the topic of conditioning in the respect to the bodybuilding aesthetic. Before I do that, I want to give you just a brief introduction to my history in art so you understand where I'm coming from when I'm talking about any of this artistic side of the bodybuilding. Okay, so I have dual degrees in art, studio art, and architectural studies from Hobart College with a minor in art history. Okay, I minored in Renaissance and early civilization art. So for the better part of 4 years, my sole focus in my education was purely on art. So I feel that I have a very, very good knowledge base to discuss matters of art and bodybuilding. Okay, now to get into the real issue of conditioning in terms of creating the bodybuilding aesthetic, as I'm going to be terming it now. Okay, so when we're talking about conditioning, it is my true opinion that it is one of the most important areas of contest preparation to present the proper aesthetic. The reason that is more conditioning will present the illusion of more size. Okay, everyone will always tell you that you look bigger when you are shredded as compared to when you are in the off season. Try this sometime. Ask someone what they think your weight is when you're in the off season. They're probably going to be close to right then. If not, shoot you a little bit under. That's what they do with me anyways. And then when you're in contest shape, ask them again what they think that your weight is. And they're probably going to tell you that they think that you gained weight. That's because of the visual perception of a shredded physique will present. Okay, I wanted to really show this visually though, because I think that that's the best way to really describe this point. Okay, so I did 2 separate sketches, and I'm going to show you them individually with only about 1 to 2 seconds for you to look at them, and I want you to tell me which one of these is actually bigger. Okay, so I have sketch 1. And I have sketch 2. Now, I already did this so I can assure you that I understand what you guys are looking at. Almost every one of you is all going to say that sketch 2 are larger, more impressive mountains. Okay? But when we really look at these, if you put them side by side, they are the exact same height. And I'll do this just so you can see. They come to be the exact same height. I drew them this way purposefully. Okay? The reason I did that is because I wanted to show you the difference between an off-season bodybuilder and an in-contest bodybuilder. Okay? This one right here is an off-season bodybuilder. Okay, they're the same mountains in these two representations. This one doesn't have any body fat. This one has a lot of body fat. Okay, so you can see when you take away these ones are eroded, it presents a more dynamic, a more impressive visual aesthetic. Okay, so whenever you're looking at mountains like this, you can think of that in comparison to whenever you see rolling hills. The rolling hills may be larger in elevation, but they do not present the visual appearance of more dynamism or more like grandiosity. And this is really what we're trying to accomplish when we present a bodybuilding physique. We want the biggest, visually impressive physique. So when we talk about this in representation of conditioning, this is when you start to create those dynamic movements within the body, because of the absence of body fat creates larger caverns and more erosion in your physique. Not only from the outside contour lines of your body, but also within your body, okay? When you have more body fat covering you, you're going to be smoother overall, and you're not going to give your eye visual deception to seeing more visual space. And that's really what creates a more 3D image, in totality for a bodybuilder. Okay, so that is pretty much the basics of why conditioning is so vitally important to the bodybuilding aesthetic, and why you really should be focusing on really bringing in crisp conditioning when you're attempting to do a bodybuilding competition. Okay, that's what I'm going to say about this topic at this point. If you like this video, please don't be afraid to comment, press the like button, subscribe, and for the future, I'm looking to put out some in the kitchen episodes to show you some, this is more for everybody. I have clients that like to watch our videos, so for them to have great ideas on how to keep them sane in their diet. And on top of that, if you have any questions for me, you can find me on Facebook. It's PhotoFitOnline, or you can email me at photofitconsulting@gmail.com. And until next time, guys, be safe.